welcome back to the channel today. I'm going to share a little shortcut I recently discovered that only took 10 minutes and it completely simplified our entire family's life. So I was drowning, and despite the fact that it looks like I still am, this one little thing fixed all of it in 10 minutes. I've been practicing and learning homemaking skills for over 30 years, and I have been a wife and a mother, a homemaker for over 20 years now. But I'm still in, full parenting mode, 4 kids that I'm still homeschooling, managing or overseeing the farm. I oversee our small farm. I'm also working part-time, managing the home, and I was doing so much of this alone and feeling like I was constantly micromanaging. It's like, eight pages here, 8 pages. Many of them are full pages of activities that were all mine to do, all mine to micromanage and make sure they were always getting done. Now, as you can imagine, this led to quite a few days and weeks of feeling overwhelmed. Now stay with me, because what fixed this is going to help you, and it's probably also going to surprise you. Now, for years our family has used my chore card systems. Maybe you've seen them, maybe you have them. They work great. It worked for us for, almost a decade. For so long it worked. But now I have older kids, teenage kids. I still have some young kids, but I have more teenage kids and adult kids now that we all still live and work on the homestead and farm. And eventually I went back to part-time work. Suddenly, nobody knew their jobs anymore. Nobody knew what they were supposed to be doing and when they were supposed to be doing things. And the chore card systems, with as much as we have going on and as old as my kids have gotten, it's not cutting it anymore. Anyways, we've kind of been struggling to figure out a system that would work for us in this new season that we have been growing into. Consequently, the result of that has been that I'm the default person. Whenever you have a person in the family that is by nature an overfunctioner, you will also have people in the home that, or in any kind of a system or society, you'll have people that overfunction, and you will have the people that consequently underfunction.
All right, before I tell you how I solved the problem of 80 plus activities being mine to micromanage, I do need to break and tell you about today's sponsor, because this product paired with what I discovered worked hand in hand and transformed our home. While we're on this topic, I want to briefly tell you about a new tool that we have found and are loving to help keep track of all of the chores and more.
I'm not sure I could be more excited to tell you about the sponsor that made today's video possible, everblog.
Everblog is the world's first digital fridge calendar, and it can manage everything from schedules, chores, meal planning, and your refrigerator, as well as your to-do list.
This thing is transformational. It can hold your meal plan. Makes it super easy to meal plan too. You just tap on the day and you can add your meals. It holds a to-do list, so you've got other shopping to do and you can make more to-do lists. It holds a calendar. It has a calendar, perfect for scheduling your entire family's events in a place where everybody can see it and find it. It even does chores. My kids input all of their chores into here, so everything is in one place, very easy to see, color-coded. All the kids pick their own color. I even have my own. Mine's yellow. Here's my chore list, and it's fun to go in and check things off as you get them done. It can assign rewards for your kids. You can even put photos into this as your screensaver, and just to pop up every time you open it, and there's your photo in the corner. You can stream on it. So if you're cooking and you want some company, you can put in Mountain Mama's home, or if you're my teenage boys, you can put in survival in Alaska videos. And one of the features that I think has me most excited is that you can organize and keep track of everything in your refrigerators. I took a picture of everything in my fridge. It loaded everything it could see that was in the front. Of course, it couldn't see the things in the back. It's not that talented. But it got everything that was in the forefront that it could see, and it input it into the refrigerator. So watch this. I can add something to here, and watch, it shows up over here. See? Just showed up. I added yogurt, there's the yogurt. And so I'm thinking you could add things as you're actually at the store and shopping. You can add things. You could also, as you put things into your cart, you could take a picture of it, and it's gonna sync it to this. So when you get home, you can just get everything put away and it's already done. And it will do expiration dates as well. But one of the very exciting features is that, but this is the best part, it attaches to your fridge. So no looking for it, no hunting for it, everything right here, always right here, not getting lost, not getting shuffled around in other papers. It's just all right here. I'm loving this. My kids are loving it. We are all loving the everblog calendar. Oh my gosh, I can just already feel like the pressure of all the things to remember all the time melting.
You can learn more about everblog in the link in my description box below and get a discount using my exclusive code. All right, back to today's video. So everblog is wonderful for keeping track of chores, but how do you decide who does what? That's where the discovery that I made comes in.
By the way, this list of 8 pages full of activities, these were all of the things that were consistently falling on me. We got 8 pages here of responsibilities. And they're packed. These pages are packed. So essentially all of it kept defaulting to me. Farm, kitchen, home, parenting. Of course the parenting is gonna fall to me because I'm the parent. But goats, chickens, garden, real life, everything. So what I ended up doing is making a master list. I asked this thing to help me figure out what was mine to carry and what was other people's in the home to carry. Because honestly, and I'm gonna be very honest with you, I am really terrible at this, at figuring out a really good age appropriate chores for other people. And when I say that, I don't mean I give them chores they're not capable of. I mean, I always assume no matter how old that the person is, that they probably can't do it. At least they can't do it the way that I think it needs to be done. That includes my husband. My husband is, in his 40s like I am. And even I'm like, is he old enough to handle this? So I think you're getting a little bit better idea of how over-functioning I personally am and how this whole micromanaging thing kind of is my own fault too, maybe. But my fault in all of this is consistently thinking, oh, they're too young. They can't manage this yet. They'll mess it up. I can't trust them with this. Or they can't handle that yet. Clearly I have trust issues. But also, I'm a mom, I love my family, and I don't want to overburden anybody. I don't want to burden anybody. So it just always led to me doing everything. Or not everything, I have to be honest, not everything, but definitely more than my share. Meanwhile, I'm dealing with more overwhelm and stress, health issues than I need to be dealing with. So I finally asked this thing that I'm gonna share with you in a second, how to help me. I asked it for help in figuring out what's mine, what is everybody else's. Okay, now I need to tell you about how every season change, we kind of go through kind of like a growing pain into that season. And it usually takes me about a week to reassign and reassess all that needs to be done. And this is every season change. So spring, fall, a little bit into winter, and definitely into summer with the gardening and everything. But I have to go through, assess all the chores that need to be done, and figuring out what belongs to me and what belongs to everybody else to do. And it usually takes about a week to figure out. Now, I'm really sorry, we have the sun going behind and out from cloud constantly, so that's why the lighting is changing so much and so drastically. I hope you can overlook that. But anyways, it was always a week full of stress, trying to place everything, and then another week of trying it out, making sure that the new chore systems and plans were working out and everything. And usually at least a month before all of the kinks in the systems were worked out, and everybody knew what was theirs to manage and what was not. But it was never very perfect, because again, I have this issue where I think nobody is capable of handling all of this except for me, and I need to be there watching and making sure everything is being done properly, or it won't be done properly. So what I did is I asked this thing to take a look at all of the activities that were falling on me, all of these things. I put all of this, the whole long lists into this thing, and I said, help me figure out age appropriate chores from this list of things that need to be done. What is age appropriate? What is mine to handle? And what could other people according to their ages handle? It went through every single one of the categories: farming, schooling, the homemaking, the kitchen duties, the gardening, everything. And it assigned to each person in the house age appropriate activities that they could be doing. So what was it? It was Claude. Claude is really similar to ChatGPT. Now, I tried ChatGPT to do this for me, and it did not work that well. And I have a cousin who had told me a while back about Claude, and so I decided to try Claude for this. And it actually did a much better job than the ChatGPT versions. It seemed to be able to understand what I needed. The one by ChatGPT was okay, but the one by Claude was perfect because it actually made checklists with checkboxes for everybody, color-coded everybody's. ChatGPT didn't have the ability to do that. And so Claude worked much better. So what it did is it distributed all of these activities evenly across the rest of the family, including my husband. And now everybody has a very clear, concise checklist of what they need to be doing daily and weekly, because it's separated weekly and daily tasks. Now, both the adult kids have their tasks. My husband has his tasks. The other teenagers in the house, they have their age-appropriate tasks. And for the first time in what feels like maybe forever, I have a very clear, distinct page and checklist for me with just my tasks, which one of them does include overseeing the others. But now everything feels like I can breathe again. Everybody's got a plan. It didn't take a whole month to get lined out like it normally does. It only took 10 minutes. Everybody has their jobs. I have my jobs and not everybody else's. There are so many seasons in motherhood. So I have a masterclass. It's how to find your overwhelmed culprits, cut what doesn't belong to you or doesn't belong on your plate, and make space for what actually matters in life. I will put the link to that masterclass with how you can create your own list and start to cut out what is unnecessary. The link for that free masterclass will be in the description box below as well as the comments. It is free, it's for you. So I highly do recommend that class if you are in a place of overwhelm. It is definitely, what I teach in that class is definitely something that will work very well with what I just shared with you today. Kind of a hand-in-glove situation where it'll definitely work together with what I just shared with you about the AI. I think that as aspiring Proverbs 31 women, or as an aspiring Proverbs 31 woman, especially when you're young and your family's young, everything does fall on the mom. And that is normal, that is natural. Everything, you're the parent, the kids can't do anything, they can't help out. But experts have, I think everybody knows that a child brought up without any responsibilities or chores does not make a pleasant or a responsible human being. In fact, they make a lot of times, how to put this delicately, the kind of people that you see sitting on their behinds all day long, scrolling and trolling. The kind of people that don't know how to handle responsibility or make good use of their time or contribute to society and be pleasant people. Okay, so we all know the effects of like a spoiling a child and not giving them any responsibility brings, and never giving them anything where they feel like they can contribute and that their contribution matters. So giving kids chores, and dispersing chores out in family, it's not just about getting a job done or having help. It goes so much further than that, so much deeper than that. The Bible tells us to train up a child in the way they should go, and when they are old, they will not depart from it. And part of that training is teaching them to work. In this world, in life, our options are to essentially work or be homeless. So there's that. So giving children responsibilities starting, at a fairly young age, and having those responsibilities increase as they get older is important for their well-being and for everybody's well-being in the home, and it teaches teamwork. But for those of us that are homeschooling, homemaking, those of us mothers who are aspiring to be like the Proverbs 31 women, I think that we can sometimes have a tendency to overperform, overfunction, because we want to bless our families. We want like if we could, we would do all of the things and be that superwoman, that gets all of the things done and, takes our children on all of the field trips and has all the time in the world to be the perfect mother that has time to sit down with each and every child every single day and, make sure that we're giving them all the best that we possibly can. But we live in a real world, a real fallen world, and it's not like we have maidservants around to help us raise the kids or do the things that we need to do, like fold laundry while we, like sit with a child for endless time. And so it's really important that we learn how to spread things out with our children and teach them, like mama matters too, and we work together in a family, we're a team. And so clearly that's where I actually, even at this age, even as a mom of adult children, I needed some help figuring out, okay, what's mine? What is my kids? What's practically, like I was so afraid of giving the kids too much. And honestly, I don't know why. I do know why. I do know why. It goes back to, like my own traumas and my own past, where I don't want to overburden my children. I don't want to give them too much. I want them to have a good childhood. I think we all want our children to have like the best childhood and to have fond memories of their childhood. And so that's why sometimes another reason that we just try to do it all until all of it breaks us eventually and overworks us to the point that we sometimes can become not very nice people. So one of my counselors helped me to understand this concept years ago, and it's just something that I've been growing with and working with all of this time, is that, okay, kiddo, how about you do these dishes for me and I will be able to get this done over here, and when we're all done, we can go have some fun together. But if mommy has to do all of it, then I'm not going to have time to take you to the beach, or I'm not going to have time to, take you to this thing you want to go to. So how about you help me and I help you? Because really that's just how life works. Anyways, these are just some thoughts I had today, and I wanted to share with you this innovative discovery that I am so excited to have made, in case it helps you too.